Welcome to the Boom Boom Room, y'all, where there's no topic too big or small, where we talk about it all. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Boom Boom Room. I'm with you here, Mr. Ashes, and I got one of my favorite guests coming back for, is this the third time, Acup, or the second?
Third time, so let's see what we can do here. We were supposed to try to do it monthly, man, but life just kind of like blew up on both of us, and just that new job made me difficult to have time. And then how much can we talk about every month?
That's I don't know, man. My life's pretty boring, but I'm sure I can think of something. But yeah, you're welcome on here every month, man.
Oh yeah, I know, brother.
Yeah, but I guess first thing I'd like to talk about, how does it feel to be at 1K on your channel?
Oh, it feels appreciative, man. You and Sawsome and Bob and Ryan Grant and all the people that promoted it. It's like, dude, to me, I mean, it's not it's no real big difference, but it's a gratitude moment. It's like, holy crap. It's been, some people this spark, you got those people that take off, they hit that one video and it just goes crazy for them.
Yeah.
And I've been grinding for like 4 years, dude. And I know I am a flavor. And leave a bad taste in some mouths, leave a good taste in others. Kind of like that one lady, and 1,000 dudes.
I hear you there. I was probably one of the 1,000 dudes too. That's the worst part about it. but you mentioned all of them, man. That's a great community. Sawsome, Bob, everybody. But Ryan,
I know I missed a few. I try. There's so many that podcaster Chronics that you introduced me to. He did a raid as well. Slater Games and Grandpa Gaming. It's amazing the class act people you run across when you're not playing Daisy as much. No, that's so hostile.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was thinking about Ryan. I don't know, about a year or so ago, I met him. That dude's a solid dude, I gotta say. Ryan.
Yeah.
Grant,
oh yeah. He's very solid.
Yeah, he's one dude you want on your side. And whoever's watching, so do apologize, the audio messed up right there. It happens sometimes with Discord. I need to start using StreamYard, because a lot of podcasters I know in the crypto community, they use StreamYard, to do their interviews. It's really good, because at the bottom it'll put, your name and channel and everything, and it's a really good platform. I might start using that, but Discord's kind of easy, because especially in the gaming community, everybody's got Discord. But
it's real easy.
Yeah, but man, I was happy you hit 1K. I know, that feeling when you hit it, and then now. What is your goal now? I mean,
what's next? Oh gosh, that is something I thought about today. I go, he's gonna ask me this question. What's your goal next?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I have one, Ashes. Just to continue doing what we do. I mean, this weekend did 2 live streams of different things in State of Decay 2, and I couldn't do the gaming if it was just me. With stuff like that, so just still having fun with the people that made the channel what it is, because just me putting on the shit show, that's not what it's all about. You get UBV in there and a bunch of other guys that rotate in. For a game as old as it is, to still have enough players that I have to do rotations, that tells you something about the group that we have playing at. There's just so much fun.
Yeah, it is, man. It's all about the community, and I'm so thankful, about me starting out in the community with Sawsome and Guru, Bob, yourself, everybody, Cool Zone. And I was thinking about that too. The best part of me starting the channel is the people, meeting the people, and 99% of them is good people. It's barely you get a bad apple. But
yeah, 4 years. I think I've only had two, and they weren't
yeah,
really bad. They just had a little rot around the edge.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it just and that's amazing because I think that's hard to find. I really do. In
Yeah,
this negativity and all that, I think that's sometimes hard to find. So,
yeah,
I'm not gonna.
yeah,
I
exactly.
like it, and then the one thing I enjoy is when people are gone for a while. I notice that, and then when they show back up, it's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, there they are, there they are.
yeah.
Mr. Gray Ghost for one, he's been gone for like 3 months or so, and out of the blue this weekend he showed back up, and it's just such a great feeling. That's a nice mug.
Oh, thank
I
you.
am using I am using the old can koozie
Oh,
of
nice.
yours.
That's the old one.
I tell you, I miss the can koozie. Those were so
Yeah,
much fun to do giveaways with. They weren't expensive. We could just throw those things all over the place, and they're like, nope, nope, nope.
yeah,
Streamlabs OBS isn't making enough money off of this, so
yeah.
shut that down.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about gonna do some giveaways next month, and I'm not gonna use the way you do, do it with Streamlabs,
Yeah.
and I've seen it.
It's just so easy for me. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just
Well, I mean,
that's
you
so
hooked
easy
up to
for me.
Streamlabs, everything's hooked up. So, yeah, it is a lot easier. But where I'm using a different shop now,
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen, I've had some buddies, I've seen them use the old wheel, on the phone.
Oh
You
yeah,
put the
yeah. Oh,
names
spin
in
wheel.
where spin wheel, or they just put names in a hat and just kind of go live like this
Yeah, yeah.
and do that. But yeah, I think I might do that. Maybe next month. But yeah, I think once you get to 1,000, it's kind of like you're always, to me personally, you're looking to get to two, and then two, you get to three, and then three, you get to
Yeah,
four,
yeah. That's where
and
you're almost at, right? You're pushing four.
I think 3,900 I'm at right
Oh man,
now.
that's
I wanted to
that's
hit
so cool.
four. Yeah, I wanted to hit four, by the New Year's, but I don't think I'm gonna. You never know. I might
Yeah,
hit
you
it.
never know. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to tell. It
Yeah,
just is.
and
That's why every goal I've ever had has been like flexible. It's like,
yeah,
because man, you can get so like before we started, we were talking a little bit. It's like you can get so down on yourself and the progress you're
yeah,
not making that you
yeah,
lose focus of the all the things that are awesome going on around you. And you
exactly.
just gotta keep grounded. And when you hit those walls, it's okay
Yeah.
to take a break from something. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I call it a head check. I had to head check
Yeah.
myself this morning, thinking about the negative stuff, but then I look at all the positive, it outweighs the negative, and there's nothing, because, just like I've seen people, struggle and not get to my goal and give up, or get to your goal and give up. I've seen a lot of people, 400 and 500, just give up, dude.
Oh shit. I
Yeah,
think over the 4 years there's probably been two or three times I've thought about just going, you know what, I don't need to do this.
yeah,
This is a hobby, this is fun, and then and sometimes when it feels like it's work, it's like, okay, wait a minute. No, 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 no.
yeah,
That's not what I'm here for.
yeah,
And one of those times is when one of those uh, apples that had a little rod on them, it's like, wait a minute, I'm just here to play video games and have fun. It's
yeah.
like, why am I having to deal with this crap? And it's like I could just stop. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Why would you stop for that one issue when there's so much good going on around you with the people that you get to enjoy this stuff with?
Yeah, exactly. But I do like the new logo, man. I know Ted done a hell of a job, and he done,
Yeah, Ted. Hey, 87% of it. I know you can kind of see it in the background on my
yeah,
second screen there, but 87% of that is still Ted
yeah,
Fitzpatrick. Without
yeah,
his original concept, it would have never turned into that. So he still
yeah,
gets creds. I'm not taking him off my screen.
yeah,
Ted still gets some creds.
yeah.
But
But I
but
do
yeah,
like it.
that was like when I hit the 1K, like none of it was planned. I was like, okay, it just probably like
Yeah,
midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there, I redid the logo, decided to separate the strategy war games away from my Acup-Playz channel.
yeah,
So I with down your path, I was like, if he can make a second channel for the Boom Boom Room,
Yeah.
then I can make a second channel for the war strategy games I want to play, and just keep Acup-Playz focused on zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because you know how the algorithm is playing all those mixed games.
Yeah.
It doesn't like it, and then as much as I cuss and you cuss,
Yeah.
it doesn't like that either. I've been trying to get my intro to go that 5-6 minutes so that at that
Yeah.
7 minute mark, I'm not dropping the F bomb. I try not to. I'm trying to get a little better.
Yeah, the algorithm's crazy. That's one thing I wanted to get into. Since I've been doing this, probably, 3 years, 3.5, probably 6 months less than you. I've seen the algorithm change so much. I was like, when me and you started, all right, say we had 300 or 400 people in there, if we hit double digits was a big deal. But now, YouTube, you'll see these streamers have 200, 300 people in there, and they're less than 500. It's just like, it's a
Yeah,
good thing. It's a good thing.
yeah, it does that like preferred stream or something, and then
Yeah.
it like funnels
Yeah.
stuff into it. I've only been that like once, and I think that was because of people like you raiding me into a stream. It's like, whoa, there we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because I noticed, like you said, certain games I'll play like 7 days for there for a week or two, man. I was hitting home 80, 90, without getting raided.
yeah.
And then I play a different game, maybe had 20 people. But
Yeah.
it's
Well, I tell you what, it did not like me playing Helldivers every Friday. Oh God, it was down to like two. And
yeah.
then I did that for like 10 months straight, and I just like, you know what, I'm burnt out on this. So
Yeah.
I sprinkle in a play every once in a while, but man, I just that was kind of a low moment with me. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I thought if I kept doing this, we kept having the fun
Yeah.
consistently, it would do something, and it's like, man, all it's doing is alienating the people that are here, because that's not the type of game they want to watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just decided that.
Well, I mean, it's like a balance, man. I wanna satisfy my community, but I also want to have fun, and you got to find that balance, because I don't want to play which I don't mind playing new games and getting new people in, but like lately, in the last month, there's been like 4 people that's kind of newer. They ain't new now, that's been in my streams, and that's what you want to do. You want to grow. You want to keep your same people, but you also want to grow and get new people. And I don't mind people lurking, man, as long as I'm getting the views and people's enjoying and getting a sub or two here. That's what I want to grow slowly. I think really, Acup, I don't know about you, everybody wants that viral video, but dude, it might hurt you in the long run. What do you think about that?
Never had one, so I don't know. You know, I think it might pump up an ego a little more than it needs to be, and that's one thing that you got to keep in check too. So, it's indifferent to me. If I was like, oh God, I want this to be my full-time job, this is the only way I'm gonna do it, then there'd be that desperation. But man, by the time I get home, some nights that's like I don't even feel like watching anybody. So it's just how it is. But I try to every Friday and Saturday night. I don't know if you ever got into it where he's like, man, I just don't have the energy to do this today.
Yep.
And if you already have that mindset, you're not gonna. I mean, it doesn't have to be a quality project. I mean, hell, look at what I put out. There's no quality to that. It's a shit show. But you have to have an energy level, or it's gonna be flat. It's like no. So
well, I was of course everybody knows it because I cry like a baby bitch, but I was sick for 2 weeks and I didn't stream for like 4 days, man. I didn't have no energy. Even the next 2 or 3 days when I did stream, I was still weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's something I don't think is understood. The amount of energy it takes to actually put on a 2.5, 3 hour. Sometimes you're like 5 hours. It takes it takes some energy to stay up on it and and keep it going. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, at last, I lose gas, but I mean, if I'm playing a good game, and I've played, I've been playing that game Outbreak Island solo. It's a fun game. It's it's not complex, it's janky, but I'm enjoying it. But Valheim, I'm really enjoying that, playing with my buddy Snap, and it keeps you. I'll look over and I'll say, "Shit, man, we've been playing 4 hours because it's fun," and I think I have no talent at all. I just be myself. I don't know why people show up, man, because I know, we've all got friends that are streamers, and I know this. If you really want to grow, them how-to videos is where it's at. That will get you views, because I've seen several people. There's a year ago. I'll mention his name, Game Retainer. He's a great guy. He's from UK, but I think he lives in Switzerland. He had like 1,000 subs when I started watching, and he's almost to 4K. He just puts out, now live streaming, he'll have 10, 15 people, but when he's how-to videos, he'll get 3,000 or 4,000 views, and how-to 7 days, he sticks mainly with that game, and he sucks you in. That's his niche, man. When he gets on there and how to do this, how to do that, these locations, and it pulls you in. And I think that me personally, I don't have no talent. I'm like you. I'm an entertainer. I get on there and just be myself in game and pray that people show up.
Yeah.
But we all got lives. We all got real lives, and like you working, and I know it's like a total different game for you because you're working, and you got the family and everything. So, that's gaming second, and then like me, where I'm working retired, gaming's not my priority. My first priority is God and family, but it's down the list, gaming. But I want to do strides, and I want to find. I don't want to be fake. I don't know about you, Acup.
Oh Jesus! I've told people like several times over. It's like, hey, if you think I'm going down a road where I'm not me and I'm turning into that fake person, you let me know, and it'll be the last episode. I'll just I'll stop. I'm not gonna no. If you're changing, no, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta have thick skin. I had somebody tell me the other day. I won't mention his name, but he was telling me that he gets negative comments sometimes, but he's got 12, 13K, and he gets a lot of views on videos, but he said, you know what I do, Ashes? I said, what? He said, I pin the comment. When they say something really negative, I'll pin it and let my community, trash them. And I said, man, that's a pretty good idea. Just pin their comment and then let your community take care of it. Because all you're doing is when they do that negative comment is help you out. And then when they, start a fire, then all you're doing is promoting your video when other people's hitting them up and telling them what an ass they are. But with you two, I don't think. What do you think about this? Them involving like they are with the algorithm. Do you think that's going to help us in the long run or hurt us because we can't pinpoint down or what?
I think when they keep changing it is what hurts.
Yeah.
Like, man, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago when they started doing the shorts? Oh, man, you were able to just throw a short up there and that thing would just kind of take off and you would find that you'd get 5, 6 subscribers out of it. It's like, like, oh, man, I like this. I'm getting 1,200 to 5,000 views.
Yep.
Now some of them barely get 60. It's like, okay, it's why? it's like all right, they were done with that one, and you would think they would want every channel to grow as much as possible so that they could get that ad revenue going. So it's like, why does it punish certain people? It's like It's like, well, I know I cuss way too much, but it's like,
Yeah.
is that enough? Is that enough, really?
Well, I think that I agree with you there because I used to get at least once a month of 5,000, 6,000 views on a short. And now, and here's what's weird about them too. I don't know if you notice. I'll put a short out, and 9 times out of 10, they'll get 40, 50, maybe 100 views. And then it'll take a day or two for them to hit 1,000, if they hit 1,000,
Yeah, yeah. Because I have to watch that. It's like, okay, you start watching it like that, and you're like, I'm just going to delete this thing. This is ridiculous. And
Yeah,
then when you forget about it, you come back. It's like, oh, it's got 1,500 views. It's like,
yeah.
so it's like they don't. It's like they don't skyrocket right away anymore. It's a trickle effect.
Yeah, and I know each streamer's different what they get paid on a short. Like I get paid pretty good, a top tier, which is good, but I wish I'd get more views. I think like a 10,000, I might make a couple bucks on 10,000.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
not getting 10,000. And then sometimes,
No.
3 or 4,000, I'll make a dollar or something like that. Now, if you could throw out a short a day and get 8, 9, 10,000, make a couple bucks a day, that'd be all right. But it's just not that way, man.
Yeah, as long as they're not, glittery and all full
Yeah,
of baby oil, a buck.
yeah, no shit. But I think now what they're trying to do is be TikTok because they're always like the YouTube channel. I don't know if you watch it, like weekly update. They'll show like new things. YouTube, I forget what it's called, but it's
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
I've never watched all that. I
Yeah,
I signed up for vidIQ like 2 years ago, and then
yeah.
I was like, okay, this is all horse shit too. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got the plug-in on my
shit.
channel. I don't know if it's free. It's vidIQ plug-in. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
have that too.
yeah,
I never even look at it anymore. I used to, like when got into one of those phases where I was
yeah,
like I was taking it too serious.
yep.
So I was focused on that. It was going, hey, you can improve your video by changing this. You could do
Uh-huh.
this with your thumbnails and all that. And I got focused on that. And it's like, no, that's not why I'm here. So
Yeah.
I stopped doing that.
I think it's good to analyze things, but I think that you can't go super deep and super focus on that because it'll
Yeah.
burn you out and put a bad taste in your mouth. You just kind of, okay, thumbnails, titles, this. What you got to do, me personally, is say, okay, I'm not going to focus on all 5 of those things today. I'm going to focus on one thing and think about that for a few days because
Hmm.
you can get overwhelmed, man. You'll get overwhelmed. You know it. It's like anything else in life. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. We're just having fun. This is a hobby, and but we just get like fuck. Our mind starts twisting and just
Oh yeah,
going
yeah.
different
Been there,
direction.
done that a couple times, man. It's like I said, especially when people aren't around that you're used to seeing. It's like,
Yeah,
well, fuck. Then you start going, well, shit. Especially with my stupid mouth, I don't know what I'm saying half the time. So it's like, oh shit, did I say something that went too far? It's like, but it's like I have a complaint department for a reason.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And and then we've all been through those phases. I've been through the phase that like, oh, I'm supporting this one. I don't see them on my channel too much. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's. We were talking about doing like a Christmas episode, and that's part of the devil whispering in your ear. I felt that a few times.
yeah,
It's like, wait a minute,
yeah,
that seems like a little bit of one self-loathing, and then
yeah,
two, it's like that's just some jealousy kicking in too. It's like stop that because you know that person might not have time that day, just like sometimes you don't have
yeah,
time that day. It's like
yeah.
so quit throwing a judgment out there. So yeah, but no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, man, I show up to see this guy and he never shows up to mine. Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't be like that.
No,
Like right
no.
now, I try to raid Slater Days Gaming every time when I'm done because he's at like
Yeah.
976. It's like, so it's like, man, it's all about that. It's like, man, who's next that we can hit that 1,000 mark for?
Yeah.
And I think that spreading good charity makes you feel good
Yeah.
about what you're doing some instead of focusing on those negatives that creep up.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta, it's kind of going back to yourself, you know, uh, people that hate you, you gotta show them love. It's hard sometimes, but I think that me personally, I feel better trying to help somebody because, I know the good things that come to me. It ain't the main reason why I do it, but it makes me feel good to see somebody because I know I've been in that position wanting 1,000 subscribers or wanting this 500 subscribers and to see people get that go. And most people that are real, they're going to remember that, that you did care and
Oh yeah,
say I helped this guy over here. And this ain't the main reason why I do it. I do it because it's just the way I am. Always been that way. Say a guy needs 500 subscribers and I share their stuff out. You share their stuff out. Dude, he's not going to forget that. And shit, they'll send people over to your channel, and that's one way to grow and get get a community and be part of the community because you do right and they see that, well, this dude's solid, man. He's he helped so and so. And I had a guy, this is kind of funny, kind of different. A guy come in chat 2 days ago I think he's from Grumpy's, might have been Grumpy or Slater, and he said, Slater sent me over here. He told me to come over here. But anyway, a couple of people was cutting up in my chat, some friends. They wasn't saying nothing out bad or nothing. He said, you needed to do crowd control on your chat. He started telling me. It's like, man, fuck you, man. I'll let them do what they want to do, as long as they ain't saying nothing, racist or putting women down or something, they wouldn't even say nothing really that bad, talking about going to the bathroom or something. It's just, but I mean, and just like, we ain't everybody's cup of tea, and we can't satisfy everybody all the time. And that's what we got to do. I think we just got to do it for ourselves, be real, and just have fun, Acup. I think that's what it's all about, ain't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And you talk about how it makes you feel. It's like, it it's good to like I think probably 75% of what I do for my channel is that interaction. Like I know there's some people that when they're playing a game, they don't even talk to their community that's chatting with them. Me, I'm more focused on the community chat than I am on the game itself, and that's why it's kind of entertaining because you never know what's going to happen when I'm not looking at the gaming screen. I'm over there talking to someone. It's like because well, you can see the screen. That's where it's at. It's on that screen off to the side. So I'm like this talking, and it's like I'm paying attention when I'm driving half the time, and that's when State of Decay 2 loves to shove a bloater in your face, and
hell yeah,
that adds to the entertainment. So
the famous bloater bush. Well, getting to the bloater bush, D, what's your opinion? Now, my opinion was different, but in the last 6 months, my opinion is it's not even going to come out. State of Decay 3. What do you think? You think it's going to come?
I've had that opinion from day one. I've had that opinion from day one that game will never lift off.
No.
I kind of jest and joke at the expense of one of their developers, and people know who that is. But when I came in and started doing this, I went to some of their live streams, and one of their guys, he was laughing at a problem with their game, and it's like I felt like he was laughing at me as one of the people that purchased it, and I was like, huh. And it just showed something in me, and I don't let things go very well. That's one of my character flaws. So when
Yeah.
I seen that, I was like, nah, no, no, no. And then when they started bringing in that other company and they started doing things, they brought in that Valkyrie company and they
Yeah.
did like this amazing job with Providence Ridge map. I hated that map.
Yeah.
And then they brought in that Valkyrie company and they remastered it and cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Providence Ridge, hands down, is my favorite map in that game now. I love playing that map. The lighting
Yeah.
and the night, everything
Yeah.
about that map is great. And then they changed off to that Wushu company and they redid everything. And then they started adding in the curveballs and then
Yeah.
how they just kind of just like, here's 28.2. It's broken, but we're done. I was
Uh-huh.
like, hmm. So unless Xbox sees there's a value in it and like fires everyone but Brant, I'll throw his name out there because I like
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a kind of a class act guy, but I just don't see that game ever coming out. Um, and you know, zombie apocalypse is kind of a flooded market anyway,
Yeah.
and it's like you got some indies that are coming out with pretty good games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That Vane game, my ADD kind of kicks in. It's hard for me to play long term games, always has been.
Yeah.
But that game looks pretty good
Yep.
because I couldn't play Project Zomboid and Humansit.
Yeah.
Couldn't play
Me
them.
either. I
I
tried.
I I I tried. I couldn't get out of the tutorial either game 4 times. I'm like, because I just can't do the mouse clicking combat.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And Vane is that style of game with first person shooter aspects to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that one, but again, it's a long term. You know, the looting everything, the crafting,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
how to survive long term, and that's a
Yeah.
little bit of a challenge for me to stay focused.
Yeah, I understand. It's Vane Vane's a good game, but get back to State of K3. First of all, State of K2 is a masterpiece, but I got burned out on the game. And then
In its own way, yeah.
when they brought the curveballs, it really turned my stomach. I mean, I know you can turn them off, and it just seemed like they made the game harder, which is fine, you know. But I just I think that they was just prolonging the inevitable of them not making. They're just like kind of keeping you hooked, you know, saying it's going to come out. But I don't know what's going on, the tech part of it. But I do not think that it's going to come out at all, man. I just think that it's over with, and I think that we're going to hear in the next couple months them saying that that it's done. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, and
sad.
it's unfortunate because I do feel that as far as zombie apocalypse games, it's one of the best. Like it's one of the best ones ever.
Yep. Yep.
I love that game. I play. Man, I think I'm at like 7,000 hours. I better love that damn
Wow.
game.
Yeah.
That might be a little high, but I'm at least five.
Yeah.
I'm at least 5,000 hours in that, and 95% of my channel is that game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. It's,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, if it did come out, I know I wouldn't get a free copy as a developer,
Yeah.
as a streamer, but I'll buy it first day.
I would
If
too.
3 ever makes it, I'll buy that thing first day, and I will love everything I hate about it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I would
So
too. I could have got like a streamer key for 7 Days to Die or something for
oh, that new blood.
yeah,
Blood,
yeah.
what is it?
Blood
Something.
moons, blood moons,
Blood moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and what the deal with that was that I had to have average 500 views a video. I was all qualified except that. It pissed me off, but but anyway, that game there is a masterpiece too. But I know that there's flaws with it, and I'm not a hardcore 7 Days to Die guy, like been playing it for day one, and it's evolved and changed over the time. But but Blood Moons, I never played it, but it's like Dead by Daylight. They shouldn't have even just put their names on it, me and Rob was talking about it, and It's Rob, I done a video which I haven't put it out yet. Rob was in the program or whatever you call it, content creator program, and he was just being critical, and they kicked him out. They got mad and kicked him out for telling his opinion,
Yeah, I like his opinion. I agree with a lot of his opinion.
Yeah.
And watching him play has made me want to revert mine back to 16.1 and play it at that level, because it just reminds me of how much I enjoyed the clothing system back then. And I know it was kind of cheese after a while, but I liked the fact that you had refillable jars and you got your water and you did so the rain collector, no. The book stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, when they changed the clothing where everything was just a simple generic outfit, I was like, that kind of ruined something from me, because I was throwing on what I could find, and you'd go into these places you probably wouldn't, just because you were looking for different clothing and stuff. So watching him do his stuff, it made me go, man, I should probably just roll mine back. But it's about time and where do you want to designate that with. And with starting the new channel, I probably won't designate much time to something like that. And we're still gonna kick off and Friday nights and Saturday nights get into the zombie apocalypse and kick some butt. And sometimes during the week, if I come home from work feeling good, I'll throw up something real fast. But I can't plan anything during the week anymore.
Well, is there any games you look forward to coming out?
Well, I seen a splash for a Total War Medieval 3 or something like that. I think it was 3.
Yeah.
And starting that other channel and getting back into the strategic games, I'm kind of interested in that one. Because I used to play oh shoot, lost the name of the game into my brain. Crap, what was that game? Shoot, I lost Stronghold 2. There it is.
Yeah.
That game, and it's that game was so much damn fun, where you build up your little army, gather resources, build the castles and all that. I enjoyed that medieval style game, and I played I've had Going Medieval on my channel, and a couple other medieval building games, and I enjoy those. So doing a Total War style of that might be fun, because I enjoy those strategic fighting games as well.
Yeah, I like those tower defense type games. Ones you gotta chop wood, get resources, take care of your kingdom, and make sure they're happy. Those are some good games. And but have you ever played Valheim?
No, I haven't, and I haven't played that or the Conan Exiles.
Yeah.
And every time I play like 7 Days to Die, those are the two games that are mentioned. It's like, oh, you should try this game. You should try that game. It's like,
Valheim is it's not an easy game. It's some parts are hard. I mean, it's not like a Souls-like game, but it's you'll die a lot, which is fine, but it's really an interesting game. I like it a lot, which I'm playing with a guy that's played it before, and that's I don't mind that, because the person I'm playing with doesn't overbear everything. I'm still learning how to do things, because a multiplayer game, sometimes you'll play with people and they'll do everything. They're just sitting back.
Oh yeah, you can't. I can't do that either. It's like, man, shoot. Before I even had a channel, this is a long time ago, like 8-9 years ago. I'd play 7 Days to Die with friends and playing on a multiplayer server, and they had all the time in the world, and I didn't. And I'd jump in, and we'd start playing day 2, day 3.
Yeah.
Next time I can jump in, it's day 50. And they're maxed out. And they're just, here, you can have this, this, and this. Is like, that wasn't much fun, because I didn't earn any of that.
Yeah, it's no fun like that. And what the problem is with 7 days, um, to me, and Rob was telling me he got a buddy that's making a mod. I think the name of it is From the Ashes. I'm not really sure, but 7 days is just you get to a point you just OP, man. And then I haven't, like say, all I've went to is the pine forest and the desert, and then I'm OP. I don't want to go to the rest of the places. That's my problem with 7 days. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, I tried to force myself to move by shutting off loot respawn.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like we'll shut that off. That'll, because me, like you, I'll hanker down in an area. It's like, oh, they can't get me here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what my problem with 7 days. And that's why I try all the different mods. Because, like, the Asylum mod is probably one of the best ones I've played. It's got so many different zombies. And then, I'm in the Pine Forest and I went to the desert a little bit, and the zombies are. I want to explore more. It's just like you lose interest. You want to explore more, but then you get, which I'm not with this game here, this mod, it's you can't get really OP. You can get, it's going to be a challenge,
Yeah, no matter what you do, it scales enough for you that you're getting pushed around.
Yeah, but there's not like, I think there's legendary weapons to get and more legendary armor. And, that's about it. It's just something about that, the way you progress, I don't like, because maybe you should just pick one map, or two. You know what I mean? Okay, no, 2 areas. Say you play a map and you can only pick the desert, Yeah. I think that, me personally, might be better. Or you can only pick the wasteland.
Well, that's what I kind of liked about, I was talking about 16.1.
Yeah.
You were random spawned. You were in it would throw you in wherever. Yeah. So you could start in the desert, but you didn't have the penalties that they threw on it now. It's like, why would you penalize someone for going into a zone with those with all that bullshit? So it's I haven't played that game in a while. I tried the server thing to get going, and I honestly didn't have time to put that kind of effort into it. And there were some nights I'd fire it up and it'd just be me in there. It's like, okay, there's no one no one watching, just me doing this.
Yeah.
No thanks. I can do some other stuff. So.
I understand that, but you still gotta want to have fun. And
yeah. And that's the thing. If you sit there and it turns into a chore and you're not having fun doing it yourself, you gotta stop. You can't keep going. If you're sitting there forcing yourself to do it, then there's something wrong in the equation, and you just have to stop. And that's how I was, like I was talking about with Helldivers. It's like the last couple months, when I was playing, I was like, man, I'd get home on a Friday night, push myself to get there in time, and it's like, I had fun. Well, I had fun when I was playing the game, but it was everything around it that I was like, this isn't fun. This isn't so. We just have to.
Yeah, and I know every once in a while I'll play Phasmo and I'll have low numbers, man. But I still play it because I'm having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's the key to all of it. If you're having the fun, then do it. Who cares? Do it. Have the fun. But if you're sitting there going, man, I don't want to do this, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
No, exactly. What else is on your mind, Acup?
Well, hey, let's, we're coming up on the Christmas season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this will probably release right before that. So, let's, I think it's a good time to talk about all the good things in our lives. The new job for me has been amazing. The community's been amazing. And I think me and you both have the same view on Jesus and on God, and I'm not your straight line, clean, holier than thou, holy person.
Yeah.
Boy, can't do it without Jesus Christ because
Amen.
I am I am not that clean without
Well,
that Savior. I think
exactly.
that'd be a little real nasty. So
Yeah.
I you talk about the way you talk about the way we treat people and how we
Yeah.
act, and I think a lot of that has to do with our faith, um, and we just yeah, no one's perfect, but you gotta forgive yourself first for the wrongs you've done, and I know I've done some things the wrong way in life, and God just keeps giving us the
Yeah.
blessings and keeps giving us the blessings. And I'm not as good a talker about it as Saucy is, and if I
No.
tell you if there's one thing I could change on my channel, it would be the amount I say, God damn it, or Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say that way too much. It's like, man, I shouldn't talk like that. Now, some of the other things I say, that's
Yeah.
just my character. But when it comes to
Yeah.
that, it's like, man,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've all got our flaws, we all fall short of the glory of God, you know what I mean? And then with their faith, like me and you, it's an everyday grind. And I think when you become a believer in Christ or Christian, whatever you want to call it, it's an everyday walk. You got to involve, and it's okay. It's like somebody wants to be a bodybuilder or a health nut or whatever you want to call it. You just don't eat right one day and then the rest of the week eat whatever you want. You've got to practice that. You got to change your lifestyle. And I think when you become a believer and you get saved and you believe that Jesus died on the cross for you, you know what I mean, and what he done, I think that some people change overnight. And then some people, it's a gradual thing, but we've got to work at it. And when you read the Bible and study it, my mind, I don't know every word in it. I've read it a couple times, and I try to every day. It's hard for me to read. There's a app. It's called I don't know what's the name of it. I'd send it to you, but it reads the Bible, through a year to you. And it'll go from the Old Testament to the New Testament. And then I started after that, listening to Sauce's new channel.
yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
awesome. And, that helps you because I know for me personally, and there's people going to watch it that's not a Christian, and I respect what everybody believes. And I made this channel here so I could talk about whatever I want, And I leave, the politics and religion out of the gaming channel. But me as a person, it's helped me because, 10 years ago, I wasn't living right and everything, and I give God the glory for changing me from being a piece of crap and, and depressed and, being a drug addict and getting closer to God spiritually, and that's helped me a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things I need to change. I need to quit cussing and stuff, and I think every day's a test, and like, some people's got things that more temptations against them. Like me, I'm not tempted with drugs. I'm not tempted to go out and sleep around and do all that. I just sometimes, I have an anger issue or, cuss. That's one of my.
Yeah, that's mine too, man.
Yeah.
It's the rage that builds inside. Sometimes the jealousy that gets to you,
Yeah.
and the cussing. Um, yeah, I'm like you. Reading and memorizing was never my big thing.
Yeah.
I had this guy that I listened to though. It's Through the Bible with Pastor Paul,
Uh-huh.
and right now I for the last like 4 months I've been listening to. He has every book of the gospel broken down
Yeah.
into like 26, 27 different different episodes and stuff where he's preaching, and
Uh-huh.
it's pretty good. I'm in the middle of Luke right now, and I've started this a couple months ago, and it just grounds you, man. Because
Yeah.
I know what I am without that, and it's not
Yeah.
good. It's not good. It
No,
just
it's not good. And we should reflect, I think that is us being the way we are, Christians and stuff, every action we should reflect on how God wants us to be. And what I read is called 1 Year Daily Bible Readings. And I don't listen to too many preachers, I listen to, of course, Sauce and Matt. But I listen to Jack Hibbs. He's from California. He's a great preacher, And but I listen to that every day. 1 Year Daily Bible Readings, and it's really good. It goes every day, and that gives me a goal when I get up, when I drink my coffee. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll listen to that, and then, like I said, I've been starting to listen to Sauce, and he's gonna read through the Bible. I think he's kind of jumping around a little bit, but he's gonna do it all. It's just gonna take him 4,000 and some days. But
yeah, wow.
I'm really glad he made that channel, and that was smart of him to separate it, a total channel to that. You never know, one day we might start another channel, maybe either me or me and you, and start doing something like that, and I wouldn't mind telling my testimony and telling what I've been through. You know what I mean? Because,
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago, dude, I was sitting at some girl's place, in a drug house, 175 pounds, and just not wanting to live. And I remember I called out to God, and I didn't say no big prayer or nothing. I just said, "Help me, Jesus." And then everything started changing slowly. I was into, people call it rock bottom and stuff, but I think sometimes people got to hit rock bottom to change. And I was blessed to have that opportunity, that God loved me that much to have mercy and grace on me, because I could have been dead or in prison or something like that. He had grace on me to love me that much. And how could you not serve a God like that,
Yeah, yeah, amen, man. Yeah, I used to have this prayer I said all the time in my head, and like 3 months ago I had to stop it because it was Lord, thank you for blessing me with more than I deserve.
yeah,
And out of my brain and soul, I heard what you deserve is brimstone and fire, but because of Jesus Christ,
yeah,
that's not where you're going. And I was
yeah,
like, whoa, whoa. I was like, I know that, but I never thought of it that way. I
yeah,
always said that prayer that same way. Thank you for blessing me with more than I deserve.
yeah,
And to hear in my soul that, hey, just remember what you deserve. It's like,
yeah,
huh. So yeah, it really, it's always strange that you never know when the Lord's message is going to hit you. And when it does, it's like,
yeah,
okay, wow, I understand this. I know exactly where this is coming from, that it should be it should be more about Jesus than more about me. And
exactly, exactly.
I've been saying that wrong probably for 15 years, Ashes. I've
Yeah,
been saying it like that for 15 years because I know how blessed I am with the two amazing kids I have, the
yeah.
beautiful wife of mine that I'm coming up on 25 years in June. I'm
Oh,
going to be married
man.
25 years in June.
Wow.
So, and then this year I with the change in my job and everything,
Yeah,
this new job has been a blessing. It's a faith-based organization,
nice.
and with some stuff that's going on in real life that I really
Yeah,
don't want to discuss, but that place being
yeah,
there at this time in my life,
yeah,
if I would have been at my old job with everything that's going on, I probably would have cracked. And this
yeah.
place it's amazing, man.
Well,
So
we deal, no matter who you are, you deal with depression and everything like that. And when you got God in your life, you can lean on Him, and prayer, because it doesn't change sometimes immediately when I'm depressed, but I'll pray and I'll keep seeking Him and, thanking Him for the blessings. And, there was one time in my life, Acup, I was making 1,000 to $3,000 a week, I was making money and I wasn't happy. I made good money. I had new trucks, cars, and everything. And I am more happy now with the less I've got, which God's blessed me. I got a roof over my head. I got a vehicle to drive. I could get up anytime and eat. I can do what I want to, in here. I have freedom. And
look where we are.
Yeah, I didn't have a relationship with my kids. Talk about my life. I got divorced in 2011. My wife was unfaithful, and then instead of me seeking God, I kind of turned my back on God, got remarried. That was a mess, and it took me until probably 2016 or something or 2015, I went off the rails for a while. I had a lot happen, and my mom got killed in an auto accident in 2009, and my wife was unfaithful, and then I got strung out because, I wasn't with my kids. That's all I focused on. But, I went through a lot of stuff for, 6-7 years, whatever it was. But, I found my faith again. I got closer to God. I have a relationship with my kids. They're not on any drugs or anything. When your son tells you he's 27 and me and him lives together, he's the one built my PC. I wouldn't be streaming because of him. And he told me, he said, Dad, I thought you was going to die because he come to the hospital 2 times. I OD'd. I mean, I just being honest. And he said, I thought you'd be dead, and that makes me happy. And he turned out good. He talks, he reads the Bible, listens to preacher. He talks about the Lord. Is he perfect? No. But, he's not running the streets. My daughter's not running the streets. And my ex-wife, his mom, I have relations. We don't have a relationship, but I can talk to her in a civilized manner. And, she's remarried. And when I do see her, when she comes to see my son, her and her husband, we talk like human beings. We're not arguing, throwing the blame game because I forgive her. And my son says, I'm so happy to see that y'all was getting along, And I told him, even when I got a divorce, I said, son, don't ever hate your mom or blame nobody. But he was young, but when he got older, he figured everything out and everything's good. So my whole I could have 10 years ago, I could be dead or in prison, man, but God had his grace and mercy. Now, how can I not serve a God that, was there for me? You know what I mean? And I don't know what denomination you are. I'm non-denominational, but I've dealt with a lot. That's why I go down to cryptic and the supernatural on this channel. I've had a lot of supernatural demonic things happen. I've seen demons and all that, but I know that I have dominion over that through the name of Jesus and the blood of Jesus Christ. So I'm not scared of it. I have power over that through him. But I've had a lot of supernatural stuff happen, if you want to call it.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing about it. When we turn away, he doesn't.
Yeah.
When we go down our dark path, and we mine was when I was in high school. Mine was before I met my wife. I was a blown out alcoholic, man. I drank more on Sunday nights than some people did on Fridays.
Yeah.
And before I could legally drink.
Yeah.
And it was all the time. That's what I lived for. And there was a tragic moment that God took something away.
Yeah.
One of my cousins. And when he passed away in that tragic moment, it opened my eyes. I was just starting to get to know my wife, and it opened my eyes, and I quit drinking and smoking cold turkey at that time.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I can have a drink or two because I'm in control of my life.
Yeah.
I'm in control. So to say I was an alcoholic probably isn't the right phrase, but that's what it felt like because it was every day. Yeah. It was every day. Yeah. So a real alcoholic, like they couldn't do what I just did, have a beer while sitting here talking. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm abusing that term, and I apologize to anyone that's out there that actually is and can't
Yeah.
have one. But it's just that God was there.
Yeah.
When my one cousin got killed, I drove and I started driving and I ended up couldn't drive anymore. I pulled into this little church,
Yeah.
and inside that little church, I didn't know this, but one of my other cousins was a youth pastor there,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting in there destroyed, and he walks up, he goes, "What's going on?" And I get choked up thinking about it now because
Yeah.
it's like God took one cousin away from my life,
Yeah.
and at the same time put another one right there to help me make it through that
Yeah.
situation. So even when we're having a bad day,
Yeah.
and man, like my previous job I was like, Lord, I don't know how Job did it, but I'm not him. I can't
Yeah.
I can't pass these challenges. And now look, because I kept with it and struggled and prayed and begged God for something else. I'm in this new place, and oh my gosh, it is amazing what God will do for us if we just stop the selfishness and
Yeah.
give him the steering wheel.
Yes,
So
exactly. And I know my situation, I can praise God and give him glory every day, and I do because you know, sometimes we got to be put in a dark place to see the light, you know what I mean? And I thank God more for the bad times than the good because it was lessons learned. It got me closer to him, and it showed me, like I said, his love and mercy. And we've all got background. We all got baggage. We all been through traumatic things, every one of us in different ways. I've dealt with things. I know
amen.
you've dealt
Yeah.
with things, but it defines your character, when you're serving God, what you do in those situations. And I've got a lot of flaws, man,
Amen. Me too.
and
Me too.
and I think that we've got to,
And anyone that says they're perfect,
yeah,
be weary. Be weary of that person because man,
yeah.
there's only one perfect and none of us are him.
Yeah, yeah, and just like people could quote the Bible from front to back, but if they ain't living it,
I can't.
brother,
I
if they
can't.
ain't
Yeah,
living
yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
My ex girlfriend could quote it from front to back, tell you about all the prophetic books, Daniel, Revelations,
Mhm.
but she wasn't living it. You know what I mean? And you got to live
Yeah.
it. You got to live it. And you can't let the noise of this world stop the focus and keeping your eyes on God either. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's why I've been gospel heavy these last 4 or 5 months, where that's all I wanted to focus on so that I could get the focus back where it belongs.
yeah, yep, amen. Because probably one of the main issues I get is anger issues. Especially when I see people that are evil or just got ill intent, or playing those mind games and stuff like that. And that's what irks me and burns me up. But I know that the best thing to do for those people is just pray for them.
Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
got to pray for them, and you got to ask God daily for wisdom and knowledge, godly wisdom and knowledge to handle those situations. Because we're going to be tested every day, and we've got to, it's just, I think even though that we're gaming, and have our gaming channels, we should still focus on God, whatever we do. What,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think about that quite often, man. It's like a lot of my comedy is Richard Pryor-ish. It's dirty
yeah,
comedy. And it's like, man, should I continue doing that? It's like I love being the fight,
yeah,
but it's like what type of message am I actually putting out there?
yeah,
And like all my jokes about the lady with 1,000 dudes,
yeah,
those are funny as hell, but man, that lady in all reality is probably in the darkest pit of despair that she doesn't
Yeah,
understand with what she's doing to herself.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, man, maybe one day that's my sitting there throwing the stone at the prostitute, and I'm standing there with a rock in my hand. It's
yeah.
like, oh gosh. But so yeah, but again, we're never going to be the perfect person,
No,
but
but I
we
mean,
can
it is working on your mind and your conscience, but
yeah, and you got to listen to that
you
too
can
sometimes. It's
change the words, man. You can still be funny, without cussing like me. We could still be entertaining without cussing. Believe me,
maybe that'll be the New Year's resolution.
I guarantee you, that if me and you both quit cussing, I guarantee you in a month or two, you'll see our channels grow more and we'll tell each other that, man, you was right. I guarantee you it'll grow because when God sees you changing for the better, he'll bless you. You know what I'm saying? And
Amen, man.
because look, it's a gaming channel. It's nothing to do with God, but still, he wants the best for his children.
Yeah,
And
and look what Saucy accomplishes, and
yeah,
he does it the right way.
yeah,
And
he does.
maybe that's a little bit of envy there that shouldn't be there. But Saucy does such an amazing
No,
job. I
no,
love having him in my life, and that is one of
yeah,
the great things that this does.
yeah,
I love having you in my life.
yeah,
It builds a great bond of friendship. I mean, last year I went and met UBV, and we
yeah.
plan on doing that again this coming year.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's cool, man. The people you meet, and you just gotta reflect the goodness of God. And somebody might say, well, might DM you on Discord and say, man, I see you. I've been
Well,
having these problems. Tell me about God. That'd be the greatest thing to accomplish, to
and
see.
I hope that when people listen and they compare the things, that it's not fake. It's
Yeah,
it really is something that weighs. It's not it's
yeah,
it, it
exactly.
I guess it's what I'm trying to put across there is that the actions we do. I mean, yeah, we have a great time, and it's just that that's I don't know, maybe that's just something that we shouldn't hold in reserve as much as we do. Kind of like we say, one of the key things about our community Discord, we don't talk religion, we don't
Yeah,
talk politics, we don't talk this. Well, maybe we should talk a little religion in our own worlds, and maybe it'll make us better people, like you're saying.
yeah,
And we
exactly.
do things the right way, and what always happens? God pays back tenfold.
Yeah, and like I said, that's one of the reasons why I made this channel. I just talk about what I want. I'm not worried. I mean, I don't look. I'm not out to hurt nobody's feelings. I've got
Yeah, yeah.
friends. I've got friends that are atheists and even Muslim.
Hmm.
I got a friend that's Muslim. Nicest people, man. But I know in my heart, that there's only one true God, and that he's the only one and the only true God, the only one's gonna give you peace, on this earth, this troubled
Yeah.
world. And but I'm not gonna put down people, in what they believe in. But I would, if somebody wants to say, hey man, tell me about your God, I'll be glad to talk about him, and tell them,
Yeah.
what I've been
Yeah.
through. And because I'm a perfect example, man, because there's a lot of people in my life that wrote me off, that, I wasn't no person that was, I wasn't a person that was stealing and going crazy, a maniac, beating up people. I was just lost, and strung out and just needed peace, needed direction. And when I surrendered to God, that's what he done. But, I got this sitting here at my desk and everything I do, you said it right here. It says
Amen.
do everything for the glory of God. And I tried to. Like I said, we ain't perfect, Acup, but we just gotta slowly change. We
Yeah,
just gotta
yeah. For
ask
the
God every day, because
uh,
not just with the cussing. I want to change and be a better person. Because I know when
mhm.
God's in control with anything in our lives, it's going to be the best outcome there is. It's better to suffer for God's will than our own. And that's all I want in my life is God's will. And just
Yeah,
like Christmas coming up, there's people, man,
yeah.
that are homeless,
They're hurting,
dude.
hurting.
There's
Yeah,
people that's lost loved ones, that are depressed, people going
yeah.
through stuff, and I pray that they'll find direction and find peace, in God, because this old world, man, I don't care who you are, it ain't like it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. There's a lot more stress than ever, on people.
Yeah, yeah, it's all in our face all the time, and you
Yeah.
gotta. That's the devil whispering at you because it's his domain here.
Yeah,
It's
it
his
is.
domain.
And all these young
Uh,
kids, getting on TikTok and people wanting likes and clicks. It's like that's all they care about. That's all. It's like,
See,
look
and
at me.
that's where my ADHD funny brain comes in. I almost said all yeah, like and subscribe. I almost threw that out right out there
Yeah.
as you said that. It's like, but yeah, yeah, it's just there's so much suffering, and if we just do a little good, just do a little good.
Yeah. I think that's what it's all about, man, is showing love and doing a little good, and not latching out. There's things I'll see on Facebook or the internet, that they'll talk bad about God or do this and that. I just got to let it go. You know what I mean? And just pray for that person. Yeah, or they say something evil about somebody, it's just awful
Hmm.
how
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are. It really is. But so what are you gonna do for Christmas? Y'all just gonna do the
Yeah, well, my kids are getting older, so
yeah,
it's hard to have the big stuff anymore. But we'll get together for lunch, have a good time, and just enjoy some company. And um, now that I don't work for where I used to, I'll actually be working a lot more than I did during that time. So
yeah,
this place only shuts down for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. So I might take an extra day off around it, but it's
yeah. Well,
it's
what did they think about you streaming and gaming your kids?
Is that the wife and kids?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, my kids think it's cool actually. My
yeah,
my son-in-law actually games with me.
yeah, yeah,
He did Helldivers with me all the time.
yeah,
So average gamer is my son-in-law, so he joins me for that. My son likes it. My daughter, she really doesn't care,
yeah,
and that's kind of how my wife is too. She doesn't care. As her not caring is a different kind of not caring. It's have your hobby, have your fun, but don't put it in front of us.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I don't, and I don't.
Well,
I
that's
never
how
will.
I mean that's how it should be. I
Yeah,
mean exactly should be. But there's
and that
go ahead.
and that's one of the sorry, and that's one of the reasons why I had to back off on Helldivers, because we started it at 8 o'clock on Friday nights,
Yeah,
and I started feeling like instead of enjoying my Friday night dinner and our shopping time and all that on Fridays, I was starting to push them. I was like, we got to hurry, we got to go, I got to get back, and I was like, no, no, that's not appropriate. Enjoy this dinner time because not every family gets what I get. I am blessed with what I
yeah,
get, so I need to sit there and enjoy that time and
yeah,
not looking forward to the next moment, but enjoy the moment I'm in.
yeah. Exactly. That's 100%. But there's anything you want to add for I end it?
Hey, we've talked the last 20 minutes about Jesus Christ and God. Well, can we end it with a prayer?
Yeah.
You don't see this too often. I'll take the old hat off.
Me either.
Oh, Lord God, thank you for this last hour and 10 minutes Ashes and I had together. We opened up with each other a lot. We appreciate each other, the family that we have in this community. It's real. And we know as we talked, he and I are failures in so many different ways, but because of the resurrected Jesus Christ, we are able to continue to be better and try to be better. And I think we're going to try to hold ourselves to that as all the time, try to be better. We thank you for people like Sawsome and everybody else that are in our lives. And we thank you for this hour we've had together. In your glorious name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen, Acup. Amen. But yeah,
Thank
everybody.
you, Ashes.
Yeah,
I
no
love you, brother.
problem.
Thank you so much.
I think that everybody for Christmas and New Year's, no matter what you're doing, needs to be thankful, and you know, no matter what, and try to be kind to each other. You know, show each other love. Do something kind. You know, if it ain't, it don't have to be money. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But if you have it and you see someone struggling, just and you can be that light.
Yeah.
I know I've done this a few times. You see that person struggling with a card, an elderly struggling in Walmart, and you're doing okay. Swipe the card and say Merry Christmas.
Yep.
$76 isn't gonna kill you.
No.
But that could breathe a light in their life. So do something. Find someone that you can help, even if it's in an elderly home.
Yeah.
Someone just do something good. We can all do that, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. Be kind to people, man. It doesn't, believe me, it doesn't take much to say a kind word to somebody, you know. That's what it's all about, because that reflects your character. It makes you feel good too. It makes them feel good, you know. What did they used to say when you do something kind, pass it on or whatever?
Yeah.
You know, if everybody would do that, show each other love, because this whole world's bad, man. I watched them crime shows, and man, people arguing on a bus and them knifing each other, doing stuff like that. It's just unbelievable, man, the world, how it's getting. And, you know, and before, I always take 5 seconds to think about what you're going to say when you get angry. You know, take time before you act, you know, and see what the outcome is. Analyze it before you lash out at somebody or do something because you're mad at them. Think about the repercussions and think about if that was you, you know, doing to others as you want done to you. And I think that's how, if we would live like that, I think the world would be a lot better. And like I said, guys, I made this video, this channel to say what I want. Me and Acup didn't make this to put down anybody's religion or beliefs. We're just on here saying what God's done for us, you know, and how he's changed our lives, and we're giving him glory and thanks for that, you know. So, but anyway, I appreciate it, Acup, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and you know you're welcome to come back anytime.
Anytime, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Yeah. But everybody out there, I appreciate it, guys. I'll put Acup's description, his channel link in the description. So make sure you check him out. He's on YouTube, Acup-Playz. But guys, until next time, Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas.
Peace out, everyone.